Mix TV presents the Southeast Tennessee Sports Show, presented by Check Into Cash, your one-stop money shop. Also by Hardee's. Hardee's tastes like America. Now it's time for your local sports highlights and interviews with your host, Ryan Lovelace.
Welcome back to the Southeast Tennessee Sports Show presented by Check Into Cash and Hardee's. I'm your host, Ryan Lovelace, and we are deep into basketball postseason now. We are looking forward to sub-state games. We're down to 16 teams in each division. All 16 of those teams are a win away from going to the state tournament up in Murfreesboro, and we're going to hop right in looking at the teams that are in the sub-state and how they got there. First, we're going to jump in looking at McMinn County on our Hardee Scoreboard update. They started out against the 6th seed, Ray County, in the district quarterfinals. They got a big win there, and then they faced off against a Cleveland team who beat them twice in that year, and McMinn played a big game. Peyton Oliver had 22 points alone from the free throw line, and they beat Cleveland by 8 points. That puts them in the district semifinals. Also in the district semifinals, one-seeded Bradley, they earned a bye that McMinn County did not get. They dismantled Ottawa, and then on the other side, McMinn County, with that win over Cleveland, they moved on to the district finals where they faced off against Bradley in a game that went down to the wire. For Bradley, Hannah Jones hit a game-winning layup with about 10 seconds left, and Peyton Oliver for McMinn County could not respond. That made Bradley the 1 seed in the district and McMinn County the 2 seed. Moving on to the region tournament, McMinn handled their business in the region tournament, beating Franklin County, while Bradley did the same thing, beating Shelbyville. Moving on in the region tournament, McMinn County, once again, they kept winning. They beat Coffee County, a huge upset. Coffee County ranked number 4 in the state, and McMinn County sent them home. And then Bradley, under Coach Jason Reuter, they did their thing. They beat Warren County, which set up a rematch in the region championship game between Bradley and McMinn County, and Bradley wins that game. Bradley will host a sub-state game, and McMinn County will travel. Also, a side note, McMinn Central, they win their region. They will host a sub-state game. Then looking ahead for McMinn County and Bradley, McMinn County will travel to Blackman while Bradley will host Oakland. And that is your girls update. Moving on to the guys, Walker Valley, they had a crazy road, the 4 seed in the district. They took down the 1 seed, McMinn County, in the semifinals after beating Bradley in the quarterfinals. Then they go on and play a thriller against a Cleveland team that had beat them twice in the regular season, and they win the district championship. Moving on to the region championship, they face off against Warren County and get a big win. And then McMinn County, a team they lost to twice in the regular season, beat in the district tournament. They face off in the region semifinals, and they win that win-or-go-home game. An absolute thriller, an amazing performance for Heath Davis, and that sends Walker Valley to the region championship against Coffee County. We are going to take a quick break now after all that. And a few days ago, we caught up with the head coach of the Walker Valley Mustangs before their game against Coffee County. So you can hear what he has to say about that after this quick break. We'll be right back.
Did you wake up craving a made-from-scratch biscuit topped with tender prime rib and a fried egg? How about now? The new prime rib and fried egg biscuit at Hardee's. Feed your happiness.
You're watching the Southeast Tennessee Sports Show, presented by Check Into Cash and Hardee's. Now back to your host, Ryan Lovelace.
Ryan Lovelace here at Walker Valley High School, joined by head basketball coach Will Campbell. And I mean, Coach, just to start out, it kind of felt like not many people outside of Walker Valley thought this team could make it this far. But we've seen it in basketball a lot of times, just whoever's hot. They can make a huge run, and you guys are on a really good run right now. So I'm really asking just what attributed to this team just playing this way this postseason?
That's a good question. I think, we, like you said, a lot of people outside of Walker Valley maybe didn't think we had a chance. I felt like we kind of always felt like we had a chance. Even in the games that we lost in the regular season, there's a lot of close games, tight contests. There was never any game where we felt like we were just overmatched necessarily. And the whole basketball season, and that's the great thing about basketball, like you said, it's a tournament sport. I mean, your regular season, you're just figuring everything out. You're figuring out lineups and what guys can do, and the players are figuring that out too. And I think we got some kids that are really unselfish, and they want to win games. They don't care if they're playing 5 minutes a game or 30 minutes a game. If we're getting wins, they're fired up. And I think that's evidence. If you've seen any games and you've watched, I mean, we got guys that are starters that might be on the bench late in a game that are cheering like crazy for their teammates that are on the floor because they just want to win a basketball game. And that says a lot about the character of these young men that I coach. And, I'm lucky to have a team like that. It's, basketball comes down this time of year to chemistry and how you're playing together and the run you can go on. And these guys have worked real hard this season to just keep grinding every day, keep getting better, keep working and focusing on the things that we talk about in practice. And, it's just kind of all come together at a good moment for us. And, we got a good opportunity tonight, I think, to go on the road and we play a really good Coffee County team. They're playing really good basketball right now too, at their school. So it's going to be a tough environment, but, we're still playing. So, that gives us a shot. So I like our chances. I think, our guys are fired up and excited and confident, and we just got to go play like we've been playing, just keep it going.
So you talk about the big game tonight. Obviously, the region championship. Mm-hmm. If you win, you'll host a sub-state game. If you lose, you'll travel. How important is it for you to be able to come back here to Walker Valley to host a sub-state game?
It's huge. Anytime you can play at home is big, and we have 6 seniors. 7 if you count Seth Sawswell, who's been injured all season, but. That would be huge for those guys to be able to have one more home game in front of a home crowd. Just, that's a big moment for them. But as far as being able to win a sub-state game, I think playing at home is always a huge advantage. Like I mentioned earlier or times before that we've played, I think, 3 or 4 sectional games since I've been coaching here. And the only one we've won was a home game, So when you go on the road this time of year, everybody's playing good. Everybody is fighting to get to the glass house, and to have the home crowd and not have to you travel 2.5 hours before you play. I mean, it would be huge. So that's really what we're battling for. Obviously we want to win the region championship and bring home that plaque, but we're also battling for some home court advantage, which is going to be big. So
obviously region championship tonight. What is your key as a coach to come out with a win out at Coffee County?
Well, Coffee County, it's going to be a crazy environment. I think we're going to have to be composed as a team. We're going to have to communicate well on the court. The players will, because it's going to be loud in there, So they need to be on the same page with each other. Take care of the basketball. Obviously, they're going to put some pressure on us, and they're physical. They play a physical brand of basketball. So we're going to have to be able to match that, physicality and their intensity. Rebounding the basketball is going to be huge. So I think those are going to be the keys for us. Just maintain our composure, communicate well, where we can be, execute things efficiently, and then we got to match that physicality. I think if we can do those things, I think we have a good shot.
So lastly, real quick, what do you want to say to the parents and the students and the fans that come out and make home games here rowdy, but they'll also travel on the road and make those away games rowdy? What do you want to say to all the supporters of you guys right now?
I guess I just like to say, thank you guys. It's been a really fun ride, this season. We've had some ups and downs, but once tournament time got here, I think, we've been playing a really high level of basketball. And I appreciate all the fans, the students, the faculty and staff support that we get at the school, parents, everybody that's involved. Thank you for your support. It means a lot to us to have you guys at games, to have you cheering us on, to see the texts and the social media posts and all that after games. And I hope a lot of you can come out tonight, or at least listen on Mix 104. And hopefully we can bring one home Monday, and we can pack this place out and just really have a good chance of moving on in the tournament.
Well, I appreciate you. Good luck tonight. This has been Coach Campbell of the Walker Valley boys basketball team. Now we're going to send it back to the station. Coach Campbell and his Walker Valley Mustangs went up to Coffee County, and if you look at our Hardee scoreboard update, you can see it was a close game all the way through. They lost by 5 in double overtime, an absolute thriller of a game. They missed 2 late layups that just rolled off the rim. Terry Evans and Drew Linus on the call said they thought there was a lid on that basket. But either way, Walker Valley will travel to Cane Ridge to play their sub-state game. Again, if Walker Valley wins, which they've done all postseason, they are going to state. An exciting week, 3 sub-state games, 5 if you count McMinn Central and Polk County, and it's just a lot of fun. But as for us, this has been the Southeast Tennessee Sports Show presented by Check Into Cash and Hardee's. We will see you next time.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of the Southeast Tennessee Sports Show presented by Check Into Cash and Hardee's. We will see you back here next week.